What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm gonna be reacting to Tinder horror stories animated, and we already know from IMR is really creepy. So let's start this. Let's get it.
I remember swiping right on her profile like it was yesterday. The bright screen of my phone illuminated her picture, casting a ghostly glow in my dark room. Her name was Bella, 23 years old. She had an enigmatic smile, one that seemed familiar, yet I couldn't place where I had seen it before. Bella was the epitome of ethereal beauty, a mesmerizing blend of grace and allure. Her eyes were the most striking feature, large and expressive, shimmering like pools of water under the silver moon. They held a depth that seemed almost otherworldly, captivating anyone who dared meet her gaze. Her long hair cascaded down her shoulders in luscious waves, the color of midnight, a stark contrast to her fair porcelain skin. It framed her face perfectly, highlighting her high cheekbones and the delicate curve of her jawline. Her thin lips were curled into a subtle, enigmatic smile, her figure slender and tall. Every aspect of her appearance was harmonious, creating an aura of elegance and an undeniable magnetic pull that was impossible to ignore. Her bio was intriguing, but vague. Just a quote.
I love you as certain dark things are to what? I love you as certain dark things are to be loved in secret between the shadow and the soul. Okay.
From a famous poet.
Netflix
she was really into true crime documentaries, preferred to Netflix and chill, and had a thing for good food. I felt drawn to her, somehow wondering if I have come across her before. After a few exchanges of witty banter and flirtatious remarks, we agreed to meet at a local bar. I had never been there before, but
Ride the tide.
Oddly familiar. As I approached the bar,
it seems like everything is familiar. First, the girl was familiar. Now this place is familiar. Yeah, something creepy is gonna happen.
The neon sign flickered, casting a surreal light on the pavement. It felt like I was walking into a scene from a movie that I had seen long ago, a sense of deja vu that I couldn't shake off. The bar was dimly lit, with old jazz music playing in the background and a familiar scent of bourbons and cigars.
See, this is what I'm talking about. Everything is familiar, bro. What is not familiar in this story?
Lingered in the air. The atmosphere was intimate, almost too perfect. She was already there, seated at a
I thought she would be a different girl, like it was not really her face, like catfish, but okay.
Table, her eyes reflecting the dim lights. As our eyes met, a shiver ran down my spine. She was even more captivating in person, her presence both alluring and somehow unsettling. We hit it off immediately. Conversation flowed effortlessly, as if we had known each other for years. Her laughter was infectious, and her stories were fascinating, yet they tinged with an eerie familiarity. She spoke of places she had visited, books she had read, and her love for old horror films, many of which were my favorites too.
Yeah, that's weird.
As the night progressed, she made casual remarks that sent jolts of recognition through me. She mentioned a book I was currently reading as if she knew it was on my nightstand. She referenced a horrific dream, exactly like the one I had a week ago, a chilling nightmare that I hadn't shared with anyone. Each coincidence was more bizarre than the last, blurring the lines between reality and something otherworldly. When I finally gathered the courage to ask her about these strange coincidences, she was quick to brush off my question with a smile.
Yeah, that's weird.
Tantalizing prospect. She invited me to her place.
Yep, no thank you. I think I'm gonna stay where I am.
And her sheer allure was irresistible. I agreed, but I could not have fully understood the gravity of my inebriated decision. The drive to her place was a blur. The streets were empty and the night seemed unusually still, as if the world was holding its breath. But when we arrived at her apartment, a chilling realization dawned upon me. I had been there before. The layout.
No. That is really weird. Um, First of all, you're the one who's wrong because you actually went there when you just met her. You literally just met her and you're trying to do funny business with her and going to her house. Yeah, this is all your fault. Your fault. This is all your fault, my guy.
The particular painting on the wall, the shaman rugs with weird symbols, even the way the door creaked as it opened. It was all too familiar. She was quick to lead me to her bedroom and close the door behind
Yeah,
her.
no
She leaned
funny
in to
business.
kiss me on my cheek before excusing herself to fill us some wine. But as soon as I was there and saw a particular book on the top of her desk, I froze. Dark Magic of the Amazons. And it
Oh, we're talking about dark magic. Dark magic. I'm scared. I'm very scared.
In that moment, the deja vu, the dreams, the nightmares, they all made perfect sense. My memories flooded back in fragments, disjointed and hazy. I remembered swiping right on her profile, but that was not yesterday. It was the day before. The same bar, the same conversations, the same eerie coincidences.
Something is not right about
The
this.
previous day as well. But there was something more, something sinister that I had forgotten. My heart raced as I recalled the chilling discovery from the previous night that I had spent at that place. I had seen her slip something into my drink.
Yeah, sleeping pills, my
By
guy.
the horrifying sight that followed. In her kitchen, amidst the normalcy of utensils and herbs and Indian spices, lay a collection of knives like one I had never seen before. It made sense to me later that they were not meant for cooking, but for something more gruesome. And then I had come across the bones in her trash, human-like, scattered carelessly, which she had nonchalantly explained were for her dog. Whatever she had spilled into the drink last night was slow to take effect, because in that moment, I recalled saying to myself, there's no dog in this apartment.
Wait, no. No dogs? Yeah, she's gonna kill you. She's definitely gonna kill you.
Surged through me as the truth dawned. She wasn't just a strange woman from Tinder. She was dangerous. I had grabbed a knife from her kitchen, and naturally, when she came at me later with a meat cleaver, she was surprised to find me stabbing her heart. I had acted in self-defense. Before I could even think what I had done, I was quick to dump her body in the bathtub. I had fled, the horror of that night haunting me. But as these memories resurfaced, reality twisted into a nightmare. If she was dead, then who was the woman standing before me with two
What? Yeah, there's. So you killed her and she's still alive. That's a ghost. That's a
wine
ghost.
glasses?
That's a
I
ghost.
excused myself to the bathroom, hoping to make sense of the chaos. The bathroom was exactly as I remembered from the previous night. Cold, sterile, and immaculate, except for the overbearing stench. And then there she was, in the bathtub, lifeless, just as I had left her body.
Something is not right.
Around me, my mind struggling to comprehend the impossible.
Cause she's still there dead.
She was dead. Who was the girl outside? Returning to the living room, I was met with the most terrifying sight of my life. The woman, the one that I had been with all night, stood there. But she was different. Her eyes were pitch black, voids of darkness that seemed to consume the light around her. Her skin was unnaturally pale, and the wound in her chest, the one that I had inflicted, was a grotesque testament to her death. In that moment, the horrific truth became clear. I had been on a date with a ghost, the vengeful spirit of the cannibalistic woman I had murdered the previous night. She had orchestrated this nightmarish repeat of our last encounter, a macabre replay leading to her ultimate revenge. As she lunged at me, her teeth transformed into scissor-like blades, a twisted smile on her ghostly face. I stumbled backward, terror gripping my heart. The world around me faded into darkness soon as fountains of blood gushed through my neck, and as life started escaping my body, I felt her cold, purple lips kissing my cheek for one last time.
Weird.
Before starting the story,
Anyways, that is the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Peace out.